Welcome. Oh, go ahead.
Welcome to Story Ideas on the Fly, where we pull an idea out of this hat and then develop it.
Let's see what our story for today is.
All animals are intelligent.
Oh
boy.
Okay, this could go a lot of different ways.
Okay, so are we going with the classic kids show where you just have animals secretly living, like the mice in our floorboards are avoiding humans, but also having their own stories which are completely
Okay,
wrong?
we know this.
Or are we going with a animals are intelligent and people know it and we interact with each other all the time? Or are we going with animals are intelligent, people don't know it, and we end up torturing them because of it or make it really dark?
Okay,
I like the idea if we both know about it.
we don't go, I don't go with the animals are intelligent kids type book. Remember in my series Gatekeepers, with someplace around here, right here, and Gatekeepers, when I wrote that great series, but a little more intense than most little kids' book. Come on, I have a fight to the death in it, you know.
Yes.
And it's all right for kids, but I don't really do the little fluffy little kid stuff. It's just not me. Now you want comic little kid stuff? Wood Creek Academy, yeah, kids will love it.
Very
Back
funny.
when I was 13.
Yes.
I don't know
I'm
how to
sure
write that
you
anymore.
could write something
Dads
funny.
love reading it to their little kids. Now mine.
Yeah, but I don't know how to write that anymore.
Bump it up, not to
I'm
second
sure
grade.
you could do
You
better than
realize
you
in the
think.
book I'm currently writing, I had someone's arm get liquefied.
Okay,
Oh,
so my
that's
point
a
is,
lovely note.
I don't think we are gonna do the fluffy little kids. I mean,
I personally like the idea of going with the animals are intelligent and humans know about it.
I do too.
We interact with them. We have full-blown conversations with them. We
That
have
does
made political
Open up
decisions
some
with
questions
them.
Because the big
about
thing
ethics
about this
and
it's a very
versus praise.
it feels like a very vague concept for the simple reason of it's been done. This concept's been done to high heaven and back. I could name.
Depending on how it's been done.
Because think about this. If animals really were intelligent, suppose the animals could talk to us and they really were intelligent, how would that change our world?
Well, it would change our dinner plates for sure.
Oh,
Well,
yes.
there's still some problems with that because, at least in earlier societies, we kind of needed meat to survive.
Well, yes,
And
but
so do some animals can't
Also,
live
yeah,
without.
Oh yeah,
carnivore.
physically cannot function without meat. There's a protein they need to
Well,
be able
that's
to
what I was
see that can
asking
only be
about
found in
at the
fish.
beginning, because
Yeah.
you really have two main routes you can go. I know I said three, but the first one can be split into multiple types.
Basically,
you have
you're
the thing
wondering,
that's
do
been done
humans
to high
oppress-
heaven and back, which is just having anthropomorphized animals being your characters.
yes.
Or you could make it super dark and explore the world building consequences of this. Because yes, if you had intelligent animals, you would have things where, oh, hi tiger, hi, I'm about to eat. Hey, yeah, I'm gonna eat you. Aw, dang it. Any chance I could escape? Nope, I'm hungry. I need to eat.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I think that it does pose a lot of ethical and moral and
Well, at the same time, I mean, you do have that whole eating problem, each other thing, and how do you get meat? Um, but it would make, if you could actually communicate with animals, how different would that make your life? If you could tell those ants, hey, you come in at night and I'll leave some stuff, but can clean my kitchen and just eat all the stuff, or the little bugs can come in and clean your kitchen, and then they leave during the day and go outside, and man, you could have insects cleaning from you, and there could be, talk about insects, there's a little ant right there.
Yeah.
But the thing is, so we could look and we could say, our life could actually be symbiotic with a lot of these.
yeah.
Because animals can do a lot of stuff for us,
You
but
wouldn't
we could
really
also
wanna
do a
have
lot of
ants,
stuff for
though.
the animals.
Ants, there are a lot of them and they can do a lot, but they're honestly kind of weak. They
Okay.
can't actually do a lot for us. If you
No,
want
but
to
as
get someone
a,
to do something for you, you either want stuff like, on the smaller side, squirrels, raccoons, On the larger side, elephants, gorillas.
You know, but I mean, if you could go, hey, squirrels, if you go pick some of that, you know, high up stuff in the tree for me, you know, because I have a hard time
We'll share
digging
with
up,
you.
we'll share with you, you know, and,
Mhm.
you know, you could actually get a very good working relationship with these animals.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you may gloss over a little bit the whole how do we deal with the
Well, yeah, but what
What?
in that case you're going with the classic story of animals are intelligent and they just pretend they just have kind of human-like society type things.
Well,
Like-
you can have a little of both. You don't have to go into every single detail and all the nitty gritty, but you can still pose
Yeah.
some of these
I
questions
mean,
or
you
bring
can
some of it
have
up.
an animal world that still is vicious. I mean, our animal world is vicious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
just look
Yeah.
at parasitic wasp.
And remember,
Yes.
They're
well,
born murderers.
Yes.
yes.
So are lemon sharks.
All right. So
okay.
One of the friendly
Okay,
species of
without
shark, and they're
getting
born
into
murderers.
without getting into disgusting insects and predators and all these things, you could come up and say, you know, how would your life be different? Now, an interesting thing is if you wanted to look and say, now we've got companies run by animals.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've got companies where they, you know, maybe hiring humans because we have opposable thumbs and we are the
So do
ones that type
monkeys.
on a typing board. Well,
Yes.
monkeys too. But you know, we could have businesses, corporations run by animals, and then you get an interesting dichotomy of power struggle between animals and humans, and some of them cooperate very well and some of them have big power struggles, and some of them are like, we want to eat you for meat, and you could have a very
Actually,
interesting.
here's a question when it comes to that. Could humans compete?
If the animals were intelligent, could humans compete?
Because our main
Good
advantage
question.
is we're
Opposable thumbs.
intelligent. Yeah, we have opposable thumbs, but so
I
does a
know,
gorilla.
So does a
So does a
gorilla.
monkey. So does a squirrel. So does a raccoon. A lot of creatures have similar hands to us. Some of them arguably have better hands. Octopi definitely do.
So now this gets into the end of the world. The animals became intelligent through everything,
so
and
Planet of the Apes?
Yeah, and they're
Kind
taking
of,
over.
except with 20 different races.
Okay, so yeah. That just
You
gets
can
into
have
Planet of the
different
Apes.
nations where different animals ally themselves with each other too. So you could have certain nations where, that was more cats and I don't know, reptiles,
Ancient
and then you had
Egypt.
another society
the ones that would have it the best would be the cats in ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Worship me, give me food. I'm going to lay here and do whatever I want.
What was it, the
enough.
Peloponnesian War, where they strapped the cats on their shields so that the enemy wouldn't fight them because
And
they
it
worshiped
worked.
cats, and it worked. Yeah. Okay.
Fair enough.
So this could get dark really
Yeah,
fast.
it get dark.
This
This
could
is
really get dark.
like I said, this is something that is often used in kids' stories. So obviously it's going to be dark
Yeah, they just
when you think about it for 2 seconds.
Well,
They just
normally they gloss over these
yeah,
things.
Okay, no, here's the thing. We don't have a story here. We have a world building project.
Yes.
yes.
And that's the thing, is if you're going to tell a story with it, you either have to A, make it super dark, B, gloss over a lot of things, or that really those are your two options.
Mm-hmm.
And so, which gets us back to the beginning, where we either have to ignore things or make things
Okay.
dark, or we don't have a good story.
If I were going to write this, because one thing you have to do, not every idea works.
Yeah.
That's just true. Not every idea can be developed into a book. Sometimes you hear an idea and you're like, that's crud. So what I would do is I would say some animals, are intelligent. Horses, maybe monkeys, you get cats, dogs, things like this. But I would not make every animal intelligent. Okay, to start with. Because then you can say, okay, fish, we know they're not very smart.
Well, depending on
some
fish,
are
but
smarter than others,
yeah.
but a lot of them have babies and
world
they
building.
eat their babies thinking they're food. So
For the sake of the world
Right.
of the world building, yes,
so
you could decide
I
some
would
are more
not make
intelligent than
all
others.
animals intelligent to start
So
with.
you'd do something like only the mammals?
Perhaps only mammals. That would be a fine idea.
Only some animals works. Anyway, the
Again.
question is though, what is the actual plot.
So what's the plot? Yes.
We need characters and plot more than just a setting into a story. Because
Yeah.
otherwise, like I said, this is just a world building project so far.
Yes, but you
Mhm.
can't. It's hard to come up with a plot if you don't have a world.
Yeah.
True.
So
Well, it's hard to fully develop a world if you don't know what you're trying to develop it for.
okay,
That's
so
fair
now we
enough.
have a world though where we have some animals. The mammals are intelligent. Non-mammals are not.
Or maybe all the animals in a certain area
Ooh, that
were
could be interesting.
affected by this, and so now all these animals have human intelligence, but not all animals on the whole planet.
Not all cats have it, right? Not all. That could be a good way to go because so if we say all animals within an area that was affected by some chemical,
Some brain wave.
some experiment.
A druid cast Mass Awaken. Done.
There
Okay,
you
yeah,
go.
sure. Let's
Okay,
go
if
with
you want
that.
to go for it's fantasy, let's go with that.
Well, no, there is a literal spell in a lot of fantasy where you just make something intelligent.
Nice.
Well, this would be an interesting thing if you want to go fantasy, because that wasn't what I thought of first. If you want to go fantasy, you've got a wizard who is awakening these animals, thinking, I am now going to have this animal army. I'll have, tigers and bears and all these things fighting on my side. I can get all these powers. Well, some of these animals maybe choose to follow him, some of them will not.
Mm-hmm.
And so then you get animals coming to
Mm-hmm.
whatever humans, elves, whatever races you've got, going, this guy is going to, he's massing an army.
Mm-hmm.
He's massing an army, and we need, we need to stop him. We don't want this to happen. So now we get
Yeah.
to see the development of how do things change, having the animals being intelligent. When the horses are going, wait a second, I can do that for you, or the cat going, you guys are so dumb, I can do that better. No, we don't have to have whatever to.
The cat would say, "You guys are so dumb. Continue. I'm gonna watch your idiocracy."
And you're not, yeah, true.
Fair
enough. Okay, that's
now
what a
we've
cat would
got the, okay, yeah, you
I'll
want
help you for fish.
you want to send out scouts? I'll just fly up there,
Yeah.
And
That could be a very interesting world because you get to use a lot of animal abilities.
now
to do
let's
some pretty
make
cool things.
this evil wizard somebody so that we really got some stakes in this. Because who is our hero? Why is he
druid?
fighting this evil wizard? It could be a druid.
Actually, I think the druid should be the evil one.
Yeah,
This is
evil
a
druid.
this is
Okay, evil
this
You
druid.
were
guy's-
saying wizard, you were saying druid. I'm
Oh,
like,
sorry.
let's just
Okay,
say all.
so we've
I'll
got
make
an
sure
evil
it's a
druid,
We're on the
and
same page.
he is, pulling all this up, and he's threatening the kingdom. Who is our, he's threatening the kingdom, the closest kingdom. Maybe he was exiled from there,
Yeah.
and so he's trying to get revenge
That's not a bad idea.
and take over and say, I want my
Mhm.
power back. Maybe he was a counselor, at one point a counselor to the king, and
Oh, that
due
sounds
to
like
some
fun.
very bad advice he gave the king and some evil things he was doing and undermining and trying, found
Well,
out
I
he
think this guy's a bit of a narcissist, so he
Found-
thought all my ideas are great.
right, and found out that the way he got to be the highest council was killing off the other was. It wasn't natural causes. Well, of course it was, because it's always natural to die from a bunch of stab wounds.
Or being eaten by a bear.
Yeah, natural causes. So
He's a druid after all.
or the king was upset with him because of his dark magic. And
Mhm.
so he gets exiled. So he's got a vendetta. I'm going to come back. I'm going to kill the king. I'm going to show people how powerful I am. I am going to show them the power of dark magic. Now, who's going to come up against him and lead this fight?
All right.
Could be a prince. It could be a captain of the guard. It could be it could be a farm boy who lives kind of out closer to where this
Or
is
a
going
hunter.
on.
Ranger.
Hunters are really good.
ranger.
Yeah, ranger.
Could be a
I
ranger.
was thinking a ranger's a good counter to a druid, right?
Mm-hmm.
In
So, yeah.
general.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. you
Similar
could have
skill
kind of
sets. One's a lot more magical. One's a lot more physical.
Yeah. So okay, so we've got a
Which
ranger.
isn't a bad way to do it.
It would be good because it would be good to be able to have him have the resources, some of the castle
Yeah.
and things like this. So maybe this ranger is a good friend of the prince's.
Well, maybe he's the king's ranger person. What do you call that? Someone who hunts for the king or manages his
You
manages
could
his
just say
forest.
he's the illegitimate son of the king.
You
So
could
he's got
I-
dirt on the king,
I
and
mean-
so he can just go into the king whenever he wants.
like having him be kind of the forest keeper for
Yeah.
the king.
I don't know. I think he can be the prince.
You could
Yeah.
do that.
I'm the prince, not in line, so I just do what I want.
I kind of,
Oh yeah,
I
have
kind
him
of,
be like a seventh son or something.
No,
or
no,
his-
well,
or his-
no, have him be like Aragorn.
I was gonna
Okay.
say, which is
Aragorn's cool.
it's kind of fitting, you know. I've never actually written a forest keeper, but that is what the name Debokton actually means.
Yep,
You know,
it
of
sure is.
you know, of the forest.
Mhm.
So you know, anyway,
Mhm.
so
Yeah, no, I
that would be
like
a
that.
good thing. So he let's make him friends with the prince, and so he's going to come and tell the prince this, and probably get put in, you know, some position of, okay, you're going to need
Yeah.
to help. You're going to need to be working with the
The
garland,
army,
the,
and
you know,
the
the
guards,
captain of
and
the garland, right?
yeah.
And he's going to have to help the king overcome this.
Mhm.
Our love interest, probably the princess.
Or
A druid.
since the
Druid.
druid, since you said the druid kind of got his way, made his way to the top by you know, some illegitimate means, have the druids or the wizards or the magic society be a few staff short, so you know the top person is, you know, this relatively young girl who knows, like, you know, mid-grade magic, and because all the really good magic users are dead in the kingdom or something along those lines.
You could do something like that.
Okay.
Sorry, just a
So it sounds like we've got some ideas. It's obviously not fully developed. We don't have time to fully develop. Fully developing a story takes hours, days, you know, a lot of times thinking it over for weeks.
Well, we have
and-
enough that we could actually build a story off
Yes,
this
but
now.
we've got enough to get you going. So give us your ideas, put them in the comments, and give us more ideas for our hat. We'll see you next time.